Welcome to Meals in Moments, where I help to cook my guests' favourite dish and find out why they think it's so special. Across the series, we'll be getting some great ideas from your favourite celebrities for simple and delicious meals that can be cooked up in minutes. Today's guest started off his sporting career as a BMX bike racer, but then discovered that he was pretty good at running. A host of major medals followed, including Olympic silver. It's Iwan Thomas.
I didn't know the BMX thing.
Yeah, I was about 9 years old. Cut long story short, Christmas, asked for a BMX bike, took it up within the first year, started doing quite well, and was really lucky. I travelled the world. I went to European Championships, 2 World Championships, and was quite good. And then sort of grew out of it a little bit when I was about 14, 15, discovered I was quite good at running and other things.
And it looks like Iwan's not bad at cooking either, because today he's going to be making a spicy Thai speciality, Yum Goong Soup with prawns and chicken.
So what do we start with?
Deveining the prawns, if you don't mind. Then I'm going to start preparing everything else.
OK,
good.
Fine. You did your BMX stuff.
Yep.
When did you discover that you could run?
To be honest, I was quite a late starter in athletics. It was one of those ones where I was a bit of a sport billy. I tried everything at school. I was pretty good at rugby, football, cross-country, you name it, I kind of did it. And it wasn't until I was at boarding school I thought, I'm going to give this athletics a go. And it was summer term, and I attempted to do 5 events on sports day. In a nutshell, I won all 5 events, broke the school records.
Just straight off?
Yeah. I did 100 metres, won it, 200 metres, won that, then the high jump, won that, went to the long jump. I only literally didn't have time to measure my run-up. I just did 1 jump because they were waiting for me at the 400 start. And I got to the 400 start and I heard the headmaster say, there's no way he'll win this. 50 quid says he can't win it. And I remember hearing it, and that was probably my first time I felt competitiveness. I just thought, I'll show you. And I won the 400 by the biggest margin, and that's why I sort of took up that sport. And it just went from there, really.
How old were you then?
16.
God, that's quite amazing. And so how old were you when you first started competing internationally?
That summer. Yeah, that summer I got picked to go to the World Junior Championships, and the rest is kind of history, I suppose.
All right, so what's going on your side of the cooking?
I'm going to sweat these shallots first, get them going a little bit, and then I'm going to add some other ingredients just to get some flavours going.
And where did you discover your love of Thai food?
Just a local restaurant in Southampton. Went in there one time, had this soup, really loved it. I went back and asked the chef for the recipe, and I just like food that, you know, if you're going to have spicy food, make it spicy. You know, I like, it's got to do what it says on the tin. And I think it's quite an easy dish to do. I mean, the preparation may take a bit of time, but you can almost leave it on the broth as the broth's going away and just leave it and let the flavours come out.
When you were training, were there any limitations on your diet, or could you really pretty much have whatever you wanted? Yeah,
everyone asks me this all the time, oh, what was your diet like? You must have been really healthy. And the truth is, I truly wasn't. I had a shocking diet. But because you trained so hard, you could eat whatever you wanted, really.
And anything?
Anything, yeah. Well, within reason, you know.
So what was your guilty secret back in the day, then?
Fast food, really. So when I trained hard, on the way home, I'd go past, you know, your typical fast food outlets, and in fact, one of them very kindly gave me a platinum card once, so I used to get free...
Which means what?
Well, I brought it to show you, because I knew you might ask me, in one of my pockets. Yeah, so you could just turn up, flash that.
And you got free food?
Free food. I used to abuse it. When my mum and dad couldn't come and stay, to save a bit of money, I'd go through the drive-thru. I'd get, like, 3 or 4 meals just for my parents as well. They'd think I was spoiling them, but really I was getting it for free. But, yeah. Right, I reckon we're near enough. I want to get a bit more ginger in there as well.
All right, so we've got ginger, we've got shallots, we've got chilli, we've got our lemongrass in there, stock you want.
Yeah, so stock up. I'm going to sort of go with the flow a bit. I'll taste it as we're going along. I may add more chilli to that, I don't know. I'm
surprised you put so little paste in. I thought you would have gone for
I'm not sure. I'm going to go along with it. Would you normally put more? Let's wait and see. Let's play with it and see what happens. Smells nice. It's lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
See, it's just starting to go.
I love it when you eat and it leaves a little tingle on your lips.
Yeah.
You know, just the amount of burn.
You're salivating because
I'm getting a right kick off it now.
Lovely. All right, so what's next?
Let's add the stock.
OK.
And then I'm going to go with it a little bit.
All of it?
Yeah.
And do you ever add coconut milk to it, or do you always kind of keep it as a clear one, the traditional kind of one?
That's gone right. That's good.
That's nice, isn't it?
I do like making like a nice Thai curry with coconut, you know, but that would be a different dish.
That's lovely. What we want on this unit, on the chicken, do you want strips of this?
Yeah, really thin though. I just want it so we can literally drop it in with the prawns last minute, and that will cook it through.
And your all-time favourite, your last meal would be what then? I
do like a homemade burger and chunky fries. You know, I just think if you're going to go out in style, do it like Elvis, you know? Yeah. Burger it up.
I think mine would be curry, but I reckon it would be an Indian curry rather than Thai. The Thai would run it a very close second.
Yeah.
I think it would be that and a few pints of lager.
You can have some lime leaves as well. Just break a few of those up.
Those are a great ingredient. I think they're such a nice thing to have. If you get the fresh ones like you've got, brilliant. But the frozen ones work just as well. But when they're dried, they're never quite as good. You don't get that lovely fragrance. Palm sugar.
I think that's just going to take the edge off a little bit.
If you can't get hold of this ever, then just brown sugar, demerara or soft, light brown sugar, works really well. It's that lovely balance, is that whole thing with the Thai food, so you get the sour, you get the sweet, you get the savoury, you get the heat.
Just a combination of flavours, I think, just work really well. Just leave that in there and let the flavours keep working.
Chicken in, sir?
Go for it.
Prawns in?
Yes, please. It always surprises me how quick the prawns turn.
Yeah.
You're leaving them too long and they just start to shrink up and tighten.
Yeah, they
just
tighten,
right.
yeah. Highlight them when you were sprinting. There's one moment that every time I think of it sends a shiver down your spine.
Winning the European Championships, that was... Because I hadn't had a great year that year.
Yeah.
My great rival, Mark Richardson from England, had sort of beat me 5 times out of 6. He went off a little bit harder than he normally goes off, and I could see him in lane 6, and I thought, do I go with him? And I just thought, no, he's gone off too quick there.
Yeah.
And it turns out he had, and I came through in the last 100 metres, and, yeah, it was a wicked moment, yeah, brilliant.
How much of it is mental?
I'd say it's pretty much 80% of it is mental.
Yeah.
But in terms of yourself, you just got to believe in yourself. A little bit like the cooking. Yeah. Just go with it and believe it.
No, I think there's...
That's ready to go.
I like to think there are similarities between you and me, really.
Yeah.
You know, you've won Olympic silver.
Both in great shape, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and me, you know, I've cooked some food in my time. Yeah. All right, so we're just about there. So we've got the fish sauce, basil and coriander, and red peppers.
Yeah, we'll add those in now.
Beautiful.
That was easy, to do. You know, we were chatting away, and I think it's something everyone can do.
So for Iwan's quick and easy Yum Goong Soup, all you need to do is heat a dash of vegetable oil in a wok or frying pan, then add chopped shallots, chilli and garlic and fry before adding the tom yum paste. Cook out to release all the flavours, then pour in the chicken stock. Bring it to a boil and add some lime leaves, lemongrass and ginger. Season with palm sugar and fish sauce for that salty, sour taste. Then simply add the chicken strips, shelled prawns and finally the chopped red pepper. Spoon the soup out into a couple of bowls and finish with a sprinkling of coriander, basil and a squeeze of lime juice.
Right, dig in. Do you think this is a man's soup?
What are you trying to say?
No, I think it is. No, not in the slightest. I just sort of think, you know, it's quite a blokey dish, isn't it? There's not many soups that you can think of that you'd sort of say, you know, you'd have that with your mates.
I challenge any man to try this and say it's not manly afterwards. Yeah, it's got a kick to it.
Good. It's got such a nice balance. It is really, really spicy, but fragrant, which is what you've got to have. Yeah, it's a builder as well, isn't it? Every mouthful. I feel myself getting a bit more of a sweat on. Fantastic, Ewan. Brilliant. Thank you very much, mate.
Pleasure.
Absolutely
Thank you.
delicious.
Thank you for having me.
It'll be nice with it as well. You know, there's the big prawn crackers that you get in town.
Yeah.
That are really quite fishy, much bigger than the Chinese ones. Those would be lovely. That's absolutely delicious.